Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ivana Brooke, and today we are back with a sit-down video. I'm so sorry. Don't look at my nails. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. Like truly, I'm so sorry. It's been so long. Your girl just has been busy. Honestly, I've been busy and all the things. Sitting down to film a video is not easy for me right now, especially with like lighting, all the things, whatever. But I'm so excited to get into this because we are talking about y'all's favorite topic, dating and relationships. I hear the comments, I see the comments. I never not want to give y'all what you want, but I'm very like, it has to be on my heart. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to, like, the passion that y'all want to see in these videos, I gotta have it, because if I don't care, period. You know what I mean? Real quick, I'm gonna just start my makeup. I'm just gonna be doing my everyday makeup, nothing crazy, just the usual. I'm gonna be using a few new products and, you know, all the things. I have my coffee. It's an espresso with a lavender foam. Really good. And let's get started. So basically, today's video we will be talking about keeping your relationship spicy. So yeah, it's so funny. I've actually, as long as I've been making these dating videos, I've actually been in a relationship this entire time. Like literally this entire time. So I've been in a relationship for about 3 years now. It's the longest relationship I've ever been in. Over the years, I've realized that there is a way to keep things fresh. And I feel like people are like, oh, you've been in a relationship so long. When they find out, they're like, you've been in a relationship so long. I'm like, it really doesn't feel that way personally to me, because I honestly still have like such a crush on my man. I really do. So I thought for my girls that are in relationships and my girls that are about to be in relationships or dating, I think it's so important to just talk about, okay, you're in a relationship, what next? How do you keep things spicy? How do you keep a flow? How do you keep things on a track where both of y'all are happy? So that's what we'll be talking about today. I am going to start with the Milk Makeup Primer. I'm just going to have my products pop up as they go so I can keep my little flow going, because y'all know my train of thought. Actually, that reminded me I haven't taken my medication yet. But that's okay. That's okay. First things first. So you're in a relationship. I think this should start in the dating phase. Also really be, you know, a solid part of your relationship, and this goes for so many things, but radical effing honesty, y'all. Like, there's things that I can say to my boyfriend that like low-key like internally scare me. Like, you have to be really honest with yourself, number one, about yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, it's going to be very hard for you to be radically honest with someone else. But you also need to feel safe with someone that no matter what I say, they're going to take this in a way where it doesn't have to be so offensive. You know, like, isn't that the hardest part about telling people the truth, is you're afraid they're going to be offended? If you feel that way, and frankly for some women, if you feel that way to the point where you feel unsafe, that is not the person for you. Let's just keep that straight. Like, I feel like I can say anything to my man, things that like, you know, you're not supposed to say that to a man or this or that, and baby, but how am I supposed to like feel safe? Like, you really should feel like you're not sharing one heart. I think that's really effing cheesy, but you know what I mean. Like, it should feel like if I do misstep with my words and I hurt your feelings, I can just apologize and we will get over it. It doesn't have to be this big deal. But when I say radical honesty, I mean like you have to be like downright, not nasty with it, but you do have to get all of your concerns out on the table, and I feel like that's super healthy. Like, you know, I'm putting on my sunscreen right now, sunscreen slash like base, I guess. A time of radical honesty. I mean, okay, let's be real. A good place to start with radical honesty, a good place to kind of like get your feet wet, is sex. Like, if you can be radically honest about sex, I feel like you should be able to be radically honest any other area. It doesn't have to be something like super harsh, like, oh, you know, like you're a minute man or anything like that. No. But like, telling a man what you want in bed, number one, like, I realized pretty recently in life, if you do not feel comfortable saying what you want in bed, you probably need to do a little more inner work, and that's not anything to be ashamed of. I feel like I still have a lot of inner work to do when it comes to that, because it's just not totally in my nature, but it needs to be. You know what I mean? So I think a good place to start with radical honesty could be something small about sex. It could be something so small. Like, sometimes my man will like pull, like not pull on my hair, but like his hand will be on my hair, and I'm like, yo, like, get off my hair. Like, it hurts. Like, you're hurting me, and not in like the ways that I like, so get off my hair. But little things like that, or like when you want to change positions, like if you have never just been like, I want to change positions, that is your first activity. like, no, I want to do doggy style or whatever it is, you know, I mean, not to get too graphic, but you know, be able to talk about that stuff and say it and it not be like a big deal. Or like, you know, hey, I'm not feeling it tonight. And they shouldn't think that it's like this huge thing. You know, like if they blow these little bitty things out of proportion, think like for some reason that like, oh, you don't love them anymore or your relationship is rocky, all because like one time, like, you know, you're probably dealing with someone a little unreasonable. It doesn't mean break up, but you need to bring it up as far as like, hey, like there's like, grow up. Like a grown man in a relationship should know that like all this stuff isn't so freaking linear. And I think that's a really important thing to just note, is that not everything is going to be like perfect all the time. And that is what you need to look for in a partner who understands that like shit gonna get rocky, baby. And are you riding or are you not? That's where I really like, you have to be very clear. And when these things happen where it's like, hey, I honestly don't feel like when you did this, I didn't feel loved. Like when you go out with your boys and you don't call me when you get home or text me when you get home, even if I'm asleep, like that makes me feel like a little unloved, or like I don't feel as secure as I feel like it's something very simple that would make me feel secure. If you can't say those things, then you know, you need to assess why you feel that way, and it doesn't always have something to do with your partner. And I think that that's a really big thing of the radical honesty thing. It doesn't have to just be radical honesty like to them, but radical honesty of like, what do I need and is it being fulfilled? Like you cannot sugarcoat it, and the sooner you say it, the better it is, because you will get out of those habits sooner. Like no one's gonna ever be perfect, and you do have to, I don't want to say groom them, but they might feel that way. I definitely feel like I don't groom men, but I mean, I will teach you how to treat me, because I'm not like these other bitches. No, it's not like that. I'm just very specific, and everyone's very specific, and I've had to be taught how to treat someone, and that's okay. And it shouldn't even humble you. It should just be like, oh, bet, like that's what you require, that's what makes you feel good. Okay, I can do that. I want to make you feel good, so I'm gonna do what you need. Like that's really what it is. Anyways, you just have to be radically honest with yourself. You cannot be timid or shy. I would not be with someone who I feel like anything, like if they make you feel uncool, or if anything is like you just feel too goofy bringing things up, or like really embarrassed, you need to figure out what that is too. Like, you know, you should never really be like all that nervous around your partner. I find that really strange when people are like nervous around their partner. Okay, my next big thing is don't say no. What I mean with that is as far, and I'm not talking about sex, say no whenever you want, fuck them. But, well, don't fuck them. I would say try everything once. Once again, we're not talking about sex. Say, keep your, whatever sexual boundaries you have are fine. But I'm talking about, like, I think it's weird to say no to, like, anything your partner wants to do as far as, like, activities. Like, I get it. Like, am I going to lay on a bed of nails? No, I wouldn't. I would not do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things like, oh, I would never go surfing with you, or I would never try, like I was never a lake person. I don't really, like, I've always thought that was kind of like, you know, no, not cute, not fun, not me. But there are activities that I have found, like, you'll find a common ground, and I think it's important to just, like, try it at least once, and if you don't like it, that's fine. Just be like, hey, I tried it, it's not my thing, and that's okay. But I feel like any activity, any restaurant, any experience, unless you're like it just absolutely goes against your religion, try it. Just try it at least once, because I think it's not so much like you have to enjoy it and it has to be our hobby, but I think like you just want to like try things with them. Like me and my boyfriend kind of want to go on a picnic maybe this weekend, and like, is he like a huge picnic guy? Like, does he just like love picnics? No one just loves picnics, but like, yeah, we want to do something together that we have never done together, because we just want to experience life together. That's the whole point, is you want to experience life with them. So that being said, you have to say yes to things. And I think being like spontaneous and fun and just not thinking too hard about how things like might make you look or your whatever, like if it's just not you, I get it, but at the same time you have to try. And I think that is what keeps things really fresh in a relationship, is just like, oh, okay, like I was surprised that my man was like down to go on a picnic. I was like, it's kind of like a girly, I don't know, kind of lame thing, but I mean at the same time it's sort of romantic and we can make it fun. Or even like pedicures or things like that, like things that you think your man might not want to do, ask him if he wants to try it. Like I don't know, I feel like sometimes we just like this is for women. This is what women want to do. Take your man shopping. See what he, you know what I mean? Like, see what he likes to do. And, you know, you never know. And I think that kind of like what you'll realize in a relationship is that there aren't these strict gender roles and like things that you have to follow, and the less that you have of those and the more free you can be with your person, the better. 100% the better. So try everything, try it once, have a bubbly good attitude about it. I think that's so important. It's like, don't make no one wants to have to drag somebody everywhere. Just have a good attitude. Be, you know, just go along to get along every now and again, and plan like fun things to do. That doesn't mean you have to plan everything. Plan things together. I think that's where people are like, oh, date planning. I'm like, no, like it should be something you could do together. Somebody gets an idea, the other person is like, oh cool, I might know a place where we can do that, and then it builds from there. That is normal. That is healthy. It should never all be on you. Unless it's like their birthday or you want to do something nice for them. Sure, but like date planning should be, you know, we're both going to be spending time here on our days off, our free time, so we should both enjoy it, so we should both have input, you know. So I just think these things shouldn't be as daunting as they seem and should come quite easily, but you should have a little bit of like always looking for the next thing to do with them, because number one, it's fun, number two, it keeps things so fresh and you build memories, and that's really important. Next, y'all, I'm about to get on y'all's asses. I'm about to read y'all for filth. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm about to read some of you bitches for filth. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, dead ass. When was the last time you told your man that he looked good? Like, when was the last time you were like, babe, you look so handsome today? Like, you look so handsome. I never, and I'm not inside these bitches' relationship. I'm like, these bitches, who are they? I don't know who they are. But I have a feeling, I just have a sneaking suspicion that these men are being told that they're handsome enough, and like we gotta come together as ladies and like truly figure it out, because they are unloved and they do not feel good about themselves, and then it fucks it up for us. We need them to feel good about themselves. Like, it's the same thing as like, you know, when like a man won't compliment a pretty girl. Like, I find that shit to be so fucking petty and weird. Like, no, bro. Like, no, actually I think I'm gonna like bake today, because this Kosas powder ain't really been hitting the way I need it to, so I'm about to bake. But I find it so important, and probably like, I think it makes my boyfriend really shy, because he's just like not that type of guy to like really take compliments like that, and I think a lot of it goes over his head. But I think he would miss it if it were gone. Like, I don't think he would notice like, oh, you haven't told me I was handsome in 6 weeks. But I think that he would eventually be like, wow, she used to always tell me I was handsome and always text me that like, oh, like after we get off FaceTime, I'm always like, oh, you look so cute, or whatever, like I really like the way your hair looks. Like, compliment your man. I think it goes so far of just like hearing something nice about yourself, physical or otherwise, is just important. And I think that also goes with like just radical honesty, because I'll think a lot of things, like really nice things in my head about my man. I won't tell him. I won't tell him. I'll just be like, oh, well, I mean, I'm sure he knows I'm your girlfriend. But no, like, that's where things get stagnant. That's where you stop like flirting and just like, you know, treating them and bigging them up. And that's kind of the point of a relationship, is to build someone else up. It's important. It's just so important. You have to, like, men, you don't understand. Like, I wouldn't want to be a man. I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't want to be a man. You don't get compliments. No one treats you nice, as nice. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to probably work really hard that day for someone to call you handsome. Let's keep it a buck. It's true. Unless you're just gorgeous, because there are some gorgeous men out there. Hi, gorgeous. But I think it's just nice to be cognizant of like, have I complimented my man today, this week? Have I told him that I am attracted to him physically, or I'm attracted to his mindset, or I'm so glad that you put me on? Like, the other day I was like, you know, I'm really like not into sports at all. Like, unless I'm there in the crowd, like actually there, I really don't care. I couldn't care less. But my boyfriend has put me on to like sports documentaries, and I think that there's some very interesting sports history. There's a lot of black history. There's a lot of like, there's just a lot in these sports documentaries that I would have never known had he not put me on. And like, I was just almost like, I really like that, you know, you put these on me onto these. Like, I like this. Like, these are cool, and I like that we get to spend time together, and I understand why you love sports so much and why this is important to you. So I think it's really important to just give credit where credit's due. If someone puts you onto something, or they look good that day, whatever it is, just say what is on your mind, because I feel like we don't give people their flowers. And in a relationship, you want to feel like, I know I'm gonna get a compliment today. You know what I mean? Like, that's a good feeling. It feels really good. But I feel like that is something that we do lack as women. We think everything is, frankly, a little bit about us, which I'm so guilty of that. I will go so long in the text conversation without being like, how are you, babe? And then I'll be like, oh shit, We've been talking about me, my work problems for 3 hours, and I haven't asked you nothing, and that is just like, it's okay. We're kind of trained that way. Like, I wouldn't want anyone to feel like bad. We are definitely trained in society to kind of think that when it comes to a relationship, we're the ones who's supposed to always be treated. We're the ones who are always supposed to be complimented and put on this pedestal and love, 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 love. And we are. We absolutely are. But giving that back, you will see how it comes back to you tenfold, even though you shouldn't do things to get things back. I do think that your man having more confidence and feeling loved by you will only return to you in positive ways. So why not just do it? That's the base. Let's see. I'm gonna do eyes. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of bronzer. I'm using this one from Morphe. I don't know, I never trust this bronzer, so I'm gonna use like a little brush. My last, I think this is my last step. This one's more so for the men, but I mean, it applies to anybody, but do the whole nice thing. Don't say you're gonna do it and then half-ass it. Do the whole nice thing. I think that is so important. Like if you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna plan a day, or oh, I'm gonna take you out, do all of it. Do the whole thing. Don't half-ass it. Really don't. Like really don't. Like really don't. Like do the whole nice thing. Like if you're gonna do it, do it. Like actually fucking do it. Otherwise, don't do it at all. It'll almost be like, oh, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do a nice thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take your dog for a walk. And okay, so I take him like down the street. Don't just do shit to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like follow through. You need to have extreme follow through, especially when it comes to your person. I'm so sorry. Like I get it. If you don't want to have any follow through for the rest of your life in any other area, that's fine. Cool. Live your life. Be a bum. Cool. But she, if a girl like me, these girls, we ain't accepting that half-ass shit like that. I'm just gonna keep it about that. I want to get the points of being nice, but I'm not actually doing the whole thing, or I'm gonna make you work a little bit for the like, no, F you. Do the whole nice thing. Be a man. Help somebody out. Make somebody's life easier. That makes people want to stay in a relationship. Don't make my life harder. Don't be so dependent on me. Be self-sufficient. And if you want to do something nice for me, don't just tell me you're going to do it and then kind of do half of it. Or leave a little bit for me to do. If you're going to cook dinner, cook the whole fucking dinner. I'll set the table. I'll help you out. But don't, you know, don't. You know what I mean? You know when someone just half-asses the fuck out of shit and you're just like, wow. So now what I thought was just going to be off my list is kind of half off my list. I don't know. I find that to be something in relationships where I'll really get irritated pretty quickly. Because they want to talk about it so quickly. They want to talk about it all the time. They just want to be like, oh, I did this. I'm like, you didn't do anything. You just told me you were going to do it. You did half of it. And now here we are. I could have just done the whole thing right the first time. Like, I don't know. I think it's so important to just, number one, at least manage expectations. If you're not going to do the whole nice thing, don't fucking talk about it. Just don't even say it. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna, you know, for your birthday, this and this and this and this and that. Shh. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Under promise, over deliver. Don't promise me shit, but give me the world. That's it. That's what every woman wants. That is it. So, if you're not gonna be a man of your word, or if you're a man of half your word, like, okay, that's cool, it's fine, but like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no one wants to deal with that. Absolutely no one. And nobody accepting that shit neither. Like, ladies, don't accept that. And that you can just tell them, like, I think just do the whole nice thing is like the nicest way of telling someone, like, you kind of made this more so about what you were gonna do. I just say do the whole nice thing. I think that makes the most sense to the most amount of people, because you know when you just want the glory and you ain't really doing like the whole shebang. So I find that very important, the whole nice thing. And have grace. I think it's just like really what it is. Like, you really have to have grace, and you need to surround yourself with people who want to work. No, you need to surround yourself with people who are also in long-term relationships. Do not run to your single friends for petty issues. Also, as friends and community and family, give people time to change and take things with a grain of salt. Because how many times have, like, in the beginning of a relationship, your friend run to you with all this, oh, they doing this, they doing that, they doing this. And at the end of the day, they tend to be a normal, well-adjusted person, and they actually might be quite good for your friend. But because your friend is hurt, guarded, or whatever, they've made an opinion of their partner, and now everybody knows. I would say keep your mouth shut, or be around people that understand long-term relationships. Like, whenever my friends complain about me, I'm like, you still gonna fuck them. get out of here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's whatever. Because people need to vent. People need to vent about their partners. But at the same time, it's also like, you know, if you can't trust the people around you to be real with you, but also not take all this so seriously, like, as long as they're not abusing you or hurting you, let people change. Let people live. I'm so guilty of that. It's not my story to tell, but I have definitely been like the friend, like the one that was like, you're not good enough and all the things, and like really just not supportive of a relationship, all because of what my friend told me. And then since I spent time with him and them together as a couple, I was like, oh my god, like, you're perfect. Like, I love you. I love hanging out with you. I love your energy. I love everything about what is going on here with you guys together. But because I only got one side of things and we were young and all, you know, a lot of things went into it, but you know, I was very much like, he ain't the one, he's not good for you, ain't shit, type thing. But it was like, oh, because I don't know him, I just know what you were telling me about him. And let's be real, we have some friends that are not the most reliable narrators. They are not reliable at all. You're just like, okay, like, take everything with a grain of salt, let people change, let people grow, and they'll also have the same grace for your relationship. I think it's really important. And don't let everybody talk about your relationship. I usually have like one or two people where it's like, okay, you know all the dirt, but that's it. Like, it's just these few people. Because if it's everybody, I especially would say keep it away from family, because they're going to be the harshest. But, you know, there can be like a cousin or two. But don't be telling your mom everything. That will ruin any potential relationship. Do not tell your mom everything. Stop it. Stop it. Anybody close to you, anybody that holds like major weight, their opinion holds major weight. For the first year, I'm gonna be real, don't tell them anything. Don't tell them any fight, especially the first year, because your first year fights are gonna be stupid. Like, stupid, ignorant shit. Like, you're going to fight. Don't let anyone think that you're not gonna fight. Just give it grace. Not everything is going to be like wonderful and perfect in the beginning, but if you like that person and they treat you well and you vibe well, and when you're with them things are great, and when you're not with them you can't stop thinking about them, and you only want good things for them and they only want good things for you, you're where you need to be. Just relax and understand it's not all supposed to happen today. The car, the house, the dog, like, it's just shh, just relax. You really do have to relax when you're in a relationship and let things flow. And once things keep happening, things that you just can't stand keep happening, that is when, you know, raise hell, go off. But until then, minor things, just relax and realize that your relationship doesn't say anything about you as individuals, and it doesn't say anything about your lovability. You do not need this to be lovable. You are lovable on your own, and no matter what happens in a relationship, that will never change how lovable you are. You're not damaged, none of that. There's no baggage. Like, fuck that shit. Don't ever feel that way. Don't ever feel that way, because that will ruin you and yourself for future relationships more so than anything. You're a lovable, kind human. If you believe that and you are that, don't worry about anything that goes on in your relationship. You will be okay. Just take the pride out of it. And it's hard because there is so much pride in being like a power couple and all these things. That doesn't mean you run around and get cheated on though. Don't mean, not that. But things are gonna come up. Things that might feel disrespectful, but someone isn't trying, and just relax. That is my best advice. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna put on a little bit of lip gloss, finish out this video. Alright, this is my everyday work face. I hope you guys enjoyed my relationship talk. If you'd like, you can always check me out on my Instagram, Ivana Brooke. I'm also on TikTok, Pinterest, if you're nasty. And other than that, I will see you in my next video. Oh my god, I literally don't remember what I used to say. Oh, if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a like. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of me, you can always check me out on my Instagram, Ivana Brooke. And I will see you in my next video. I hope this one found you in the best place possible. Bye. Oh my god, it feels so good.